Okay, I was gonna save this for later because it is 10:19 a.m. and I was just starting to fall asleep, and then the phone rang, and I let it ring because I knew exactly what it was and I didn't want to answer it. And I'm like, yeah, I'm in the bathroom or something. So my grandmother, this is my one of the things I was gonna write about the question I had, the thing number 2. Well, and overall it is. So it's my grandma, and she says my name. She says it again, and she says my name, and hangs up. Like, that's supposed to get my attention, but my answer machine is in the dining room, and I sleep in my bedroom with the door shut. Yeah. And then she called back again, expecting me to pick it up. No. Anyhow, so like I mentioned in my which I'm currently uploading on one of my house tour vlogs, my grandparents think that just because they pay for things, they can just waltz on in whatever they want, and then I should be grateful and do what they say and crap like that. So anyhow, they told me that my grandfather was going to come and help me clean up. Regardless of that, I don't want him to clean because they're like, I can't clean up myself. I mean, I know I stink at it, but I'll get to it. Not right now, not today. I'll get to it when I get to it. Because I know he'll want to come and clean around noon when I'm trying to frickin' sleep, and no, just no. Somehow hear someone banging on my door, wanting to be let in, help me clean, like sometime in a few hours when I'm trying to sleep, and even though they have, hopefully they won't try to come and unlock the door, considering they know where the spare key is, and I won't have to hear my door lock chain rattle and crap, and ugh, I don't even want to go into that. Anyhow, which brings me to my question for thing number 2. Why is it that some people feel the need to bring up irrelevant crap into an argument, especially past irrelevant crap? My grandmother, I love her to death, is incredibly guilty of this. Okay, I'm sure everyone has experienced this at some point. You're in an argument, and then some crap from 5 years ago comes up that has nothing whatsoever to do with the argument. The current argument between me and my grandmother is my unemployment. Okay, so what I would like to know is, what in God's name does me not having a job, or even me having a messy house, or whatever, have to do with my childhood and my parents divorcing and how my parents treated me and crap like that? What? Yeah, what? I don't even need to go into that whole what. That's just my question. If you want to do a video response to that, go right ahead. You know, why do some people feel the need to bring up past irrelevant crap into arguments? Yeah. And also, on the topic of my grandmother, okay, so when we go play, like, the woman talks incessantly. Love her to death, like I said, but blah 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 blah. Usually about, I'll get to that in a second. It's about me and how I need to do things this way or that way, and what I should do and what order I should do them in, and yeah. So anyhow, when we go like, I've learned to do this over the years. When we go places, riding in the car, I'll ride in the back or in the passenger seat, and I'll have on either my earphones or my headphones, like because I really don't want to hear blah 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 when I'm going down the road. I like peace and quiet, or music when I'm riding, looking at the scenery, not hearing about what kind of problems I have, what's wrong with me, and whatever we're yapping about today. So anyhow, on the way home, like when we ate out last night, we got into the whole another one of the why Abby doesn't apply for unemployment and why my house is a wreck and how ungrateful I am and all this other crap argument thing that I don't even need to go into. And so I didn't really care to hear any of it at the time. I don't need to hear it. I live it. I don't need to hear it. So on the way home, I had on my headphones, and my stupid battery dies. Crap. And I know that I just know that if I take my headphones off, I'll have to hear the whole "what's wrong with me" rant about Dictatorial thing. Yeah. So I leave my headphones on. Anyway, know that I'm not hearing a thing except my grandparents and my grandmother rambling the whole entire trip home about how she's just trying to help, the whole how I'm ungrateful and I don't appreciate anything they do, and how she's just trying to help me. Okay, that I do get, but you cannot freaking help someone by telling them what to do. That just breaks me. It's like they're taking a, it's just so irritating. They're taking a cheese grater to your face, irritating. If you truly want to help me, make suggestions and make sure they are presented as suggestions. Telling me what I should do, no, actually, correction, in her case, what I am going to do, how to do what I am going to do, in what order I'm going to do that in, and when I'm going to do it, does not help me. Okay? If you want to make suggestions, make suggestions. Don't act like a fucking dictator. Like a mini dictator wannabe, whatever you are. Ugh. It just really gets to me sometimes. Yeah. I have been dealing with that since I was a kid. Yeah. It's not, well, I never got the, you should, why don't you do this way? From when I did it, it worked better for me this way. Maybe this work better for you. No, this is how you should do it. It's my way or no way at all type of mentality from her. Okay, maybe doing something a certain way worked better for you, but just because doing something a certain specific way works for you does not mean it will work for me. Just, like facepalm. Yeah. I'm tired and I'm hungry. And I was just about to fall asleep and then the phone rang and I got worked up and now I'm going to have to take another maybe hour or so before I can start to fall back asleep again. I just want to, How long have I been randomly about my grand? 8 minutes. Great. Lovely. So anyhow, that was my rants. Yeah. And this is really long and I apologize for that if anyone actually watches this. But one more quick thing. I don't live there anymore, so I don't live with them anymore, so I don't get this as much as I used to. But when I was living back there, especially in high school, she would go into a whole raving, screaming, yelling at me for God knows whatever reason, leaving a pencil on the floor or something, and she'd be like screaming, yelling, and ranting, and completely fucking pissed off at me for whatever. And then the phone rang and she'd be like, "Hi, how are you? Blah, 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 blah. I'm the sweetest person on earth. Everything's perfectly fine." Yeah. Which I never understood. And then as soon as the phone was off and, she had a little cheerful conversation about whatever she was talking about, she'd be running, raving, freaking pissed off at me again. How do you switch emotions that fast? I can't do that. If I'm pissed, I'm going to stay pissed until it just wears off. Yeah. So, yeah. I am tired, and I'm going to go and I'm going to ramble about the other two things in this week later. Yeah.